Gusty winds hampering the passing game of both teams. The Rockets kept it on the ground for their ensuing possession after the safety, and they capped a 42-yard drive in only 3 plays. Charlie Harris hits pay dirt from the 3.
That first touchdown that I scored, the first points that we got in the game, we went in with a power I backfield, and the Bubba Tub Club, that's our offensive line. I saw so much daylight. I think my grandmother could have gotten in.
With the wind gusting the way it was, the Rockets decided to go for 2 on the conversion. And it's Charlie Harris again following his offensive line into the end zone, and the Rockets break out on top, 10-0. Both defenses then took over from there, and it wasn't until late fourth quarter when the points started going on the board. Dennis Williams, Sean Lee, they give us a flashback of the Ramstein game, connecting on a 24-yard score off the tip pass.
Something about me and Sean that if we don't tip, we can't complete a pass. I don't know, but we'll take it. It counts.
Lakenheath scored their only touchdown of the game on a 12-play, 72-yard drive that caps with Rico Johnson hitting wide receiver Timothy Grader. That made it 17-6 when the PAT failed. Rhein, after the Rockets adding a 31-yard Jason Manning field goal for some insurance, locked up the victory on defense. Marty Andres goes 20 yards with the interception return, and the Rockets have their USAFE title back, 27-6. Covering the 1991 USAFE championship game, specialist Jim Higgins, AFN Sports. 11th play of the drive. Rockets on the Lakenheath 9 right now. Tony Smith play fake to Booker, looking end zone. Scott Wilbur, touchdown Rockets. Eagles on their own 6-yard line. Clements heading through a big hole off the left side. He's got a full head of steam. He'll take it all the way out to the 26-yard line. The Rockets have only needed 3 plays to cover 40 yards. They're sitting at the Lakenheath 3, 1st and goal, Rhein. Williams handing the ball off to Charlie Harris, dives off the left side of the Bubba Tubbs. Rhein breaks out on top. Score now 9-0.
USAFE football has had many champions and many great games, but none can match the series. AFN Sports presents the rivalry between the Rhein Rockets and the Lakenheath Eagles. Your host for this inside look at the championship series, specialist Jim Higgins.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a special we simply call the series. The Rhein Rockets and the Lakenheath Eagles have played in the USAFE championship game 4 years in a row now. It's never happened before, and more than likely will never happen again. The series started back in 1988 when Rhein capped a perfect 11-0 season by defeating the Eagles in the UK. Let's take a look at how these two teams stack up in this rivalry. In 1988, the Rockets scored on their first possession of the game and then exploded for 21 second-half points, shutting out the Eagles 34-0. In 1989, Lakenheath traveled to Rhein, where the Rockets made it back-to-back titles, 37-18. 1990 saw Lakenheath claim their first championship since 1979, winning a shootout 39-30. And this year, the Rockets took the title back with a convincing 27-6 victory. Let's begin our inside look with the 1989 game.
Right. That was great for the base. That's all for the base, because the base was really behind us that year. And it was good for the community. Everybody was happy. Everybody was, yeah, Rhein mine. It brought the whole base together. Everyone that was a part of the Rhein mine community. It built pride up in the base, and it really did a lot for the morale of the base.
Leading 23-6 in the fourth quarter of the 89 game, the outcome never really seemed in doubt as the Rockets' ground game chewed up yardage all day long. Between the option with quarterback Tony Smith peeling off big gains on the ground and the running of tailback Charlie Harris breaking through big holes, the Rockets were dominating with their offensive line. They took their biggest lead of the game here in the fourth quarter. Tony Smith hooks up with Scott Wilbur over the middle on a 3-yard score, and it was suddenly 30-6 Rhein. But the Eagles made a fight out of it suddenly with Lakenheath quarterback John Rudy going to work, each fighting back, throwing 2 touchdown passes on successive possessions. The Eagles felt they were on the comeback trail.
We got the score. We thought we were back in the game, and I feel like would have been back in the game because at that time, I do recall that we thought that Rhein was getting a little tired, and we were capitalizing on that because we try to pride ourselves, even though being generally small, playing a quick, aggressive, hard running, pursuing kind of ball game and running the pass patterns complemented by the run to keep a defensive unit running and somewhat tired out. And if we can keep that, keep them on the field and keep our pressure up, then that's our game. When we did that, we thought we were in the game and would be back. However, as you recall, Tor Hill made a super hit on a wide-out receiver there in the end zone on, I think it was a 2-point conversion attempt, and thank goodness didn't hurt himself. We thought he had broke his neck, you know, but as it turned out, it was just severely jammed. But that time allowed a long rest